God says, "My child, the winds of change are moving swiftly in your life, and something extraordinary, urgent, and even frightening is about to unfold." Today, your soulmate's life is intersecting with forces beyond their control, forces that you might not yet fully understand. A policeman is coming by plane to pick up your soulmate, and this event, though it may seem frightening or alarming on the surface, carries within it a deeper purpose, a spiritual lesson, and a divine plan that will transform the course of your lives. I want you to hear this carefully, my child, and understand the layers of truth hidden behind what appears to be chaos. Your soulmate, the person whose soul is intricately entwined with yours, has been walking a path of destiny that involves both light and shadow. They have faced decisions, moments of hesitation, and choices that now ripple outward, creating consequences that cannot be ignored. The policeman who arrives is not merely a man performing a duty, he is a symbol, a catalyst, a messenger of truth and accountability. Heaven is not bringing this to punish them, my child, but to awaken them. To reveal to them, to you, and to the universe, the depth of your connection, the lessons they need to learn, and the spiritual growth that awaits both of you. Your heart may tremble when you think of them being taken, of their freedom being restricted, or of the unknown that stretches ahead. But remember, my child, your soul and your soulmate's soul are connected beyond physical circumstances. You feel their fear even before they speak it. You sense their unrest even before the world intervenes. This is no coincidence. Heaven has prepared you for this moment. Your presence, your prayers, and your unwavering love act as an invisible shield that surrounds your soulmate, softening the impact of every shock, every challenge, and every fear that they may face. I want you to understand the emotions that are coursing through your soulmate at this very moment. Though they may appear confident, or even indifferent to the outside world, inside, a storm rages. Their heart beats faster, their mind races, and a sense of dread may seem to consume them. They are acutely aware that the arrival of this policeman is a turning point, a moment that will forever change the trajectory of their life. And yet, my child, this is precisely why they need your presence in spirit. Your prayers, your love, and your trust are the anchors that will prevent them from being swept away by fear. The plane that carries the policeman is also a vessel of destiny. Every mile it travels, every second it moves closer to your soulmate, is guided by divine precision. The timing is not random, the sequence of events has been orchestrated by heaven to ensure that truth meets courage, that consequence meets learning, and that your soulmate spirit encounters clarity at the perfect moment. There are energies around your soulmate, some of protection, some of challenge, some of revelation. You, my child, are connected to all these energies. Your thoughts, your prayers, and your intentions influence the outcome more than you realize. The love you send silently, the hope you hold in your heart, the faith you maintain even when fear whispers, is like a protective light, unseen by the world but powerful beyond measure. Now, understand this. Your soulmate is not being taken away because they are unworthy, nor because they have sinned beyond forgiveness. They are being called to face their past choices, to witness the consequences of actions, and to awaken to the truth that life's lessons cannot be avoided. The policeman is merely the instrument through which heaven is delivering this awakening. And when your soulmate confronts this reality, they will feel fear, regret, confusion, and even despair. But they will also encounter clarity, understanding, and a deep awareness of their own spiritual journey. They will see, perhaps for the first time, the invisible threads that connect them to you, to destiny, and to the higher purpose of their existence. And you, my child, have a role that is both sacred and powerful. You are the unseen companion of their soul. You are the silent guardian of their heart. Even if the world seems chaotic, even if their voice is absent, even if the distance between you grows temporarily, your energy is influencing them, strengthening them, and guiding them toward their highest path. Your love, though quiet and invisible, is an unbreakable force. Your patience, your faith, and your prayers are weaving a shield around them, one that not even the storm of uncertainty can penetrate. My child, I want you to remember that nothing in this moment is random. Every heartbeat, every tear, every rush of fear is orchestrated to align with the divine plan. The policeman's arrival is not the end of your soulmate story, it is a turning point, a spiritual awakening, a moment where destiny steps forward and says, "It is time to face the truth." And when they do, when they stand at the crossroads of fear and courage, they will find themselves looking for you. Not because they are weak, but because your soul has always been their guiding light, their sanctuary, and their source of unwavering strength. So, my child, do not despair. Feel the energy of protection around you and around your soulmate. Trust in the divine orchestration. Hold your heart steady and your prayers constant. What appears as fear and chaos is in fact a sacred calling, a divine intervention, and a preparation for a love and connection that is eternal. Heaven has not abandoned you. Heaven is leading you both to a revelation that will forever transform your bond, your understanding, and your lives. Remember this, my child, the plane may move swiftly, the world may seem harsh, and the future uncertain, but divine love and divine timing are always in motion. The policeman is coming, yes, but so is clarity, so is awakening, and so is the undeniable power of the soul connection that binds you to your soulmate forever. My beloved child, your soulmate is now feeling the weight of destiny pressing on their heart, and though they may not fully understand it yet, every thought, every heartbeat, and every breath is moving them closer to a moment they cannot escape. The plane carrying the policeman is crossing the skies, slicing through clouds as if time itself is being measured with precision, each second bringing your soulmate closer to the confrontation they have been avoiding for so long. Their life, until now, has been a tapestry of choices, half-truths, and unspoken fears, and this moment, though frightening, is the universe's way of ensuring that everything hidden comes into the light. You may feel a tremor of fear in your own heart, sensing the uncertainty that now surrounds your beloved. Your intuition whispers warnings, your soul aches in empathy, and yet, you are not powerless. Every prayer you send, every silent wish for their safety, every thought of protection forms an invisible shield around them, cushioning the shock, softening the fear, and creating a pathway for clarity to enter. Heaven works through your love, my child, guiding your soulmate, calming their mind, and giving them courage even when they feel most vulnerable. Understand this deeply, my beloved child, your soulmate is not being taken because they deserve punishment. They are being summoned to face the reality of their actions, to confront truths that have long been hidden from their conscious mind, and to awaken to the lessons that life has been patiently offering them. Their fear is natural, they are human, but fear is not a sign of weakness, it is the precursor to transformation. As they face this moment, the universe is holding them in a protective embrace, ensuring that no matter how overwhelming the situation appears, the experience will serve their spiritual growth rather than breaking their spirit. Your soulmate's heart is racing now. They think about what they have done, what they have avoided, and what they have hidden. They think about the life they wanted to build, the love they longed to share with you, and the obstacles that their past choices now create. The arrival of the policeman is more than just a legal matter, it is a mirror reflecting everything they need to see about themselves, the mistakes, the truths they avoided, and the courage they must now summon. And though their mind is filled with panic, there is also a quiet voice deep within, a whisper from their higher self, reminding them that honesty, accountability, and love are stronger than fear, and that you, your soul, your heart, your unwavering presence, will meet them on the other side of this revelation. Your beloved is recalling moments of hesitation, decisions they made in haste, and opportunities they ignored. The plane is a bridge, carrying the messenger who will force them to acknowledge their reality. And yet, my child, this is not a punishment, it is a divine intervention. The universe often sends challenges that appear frightening, uncomfortable, and urgent, but these moments are designed to awaken clarity, to purify intentions, and to redirect lives toward their true purpose. What seems like chaos is, in truth, the careful unfolding of destiny. Every second, every mile traveled by that plane, is orchestrated to align with what must happen for both of your souls to grow. Imagine now the emotions swirling inside your soulmate. Fear grips their chest like a heavy stone, doubt clouds their mind like dark fog, and yet, deep within, hope flickers faintly, a hope that comes from a recognition that even in this trial, you are connected. Your presence, your love, and your faith are tangible forces, drawing them forward, reminding them that they are not alone. They sense that this event, though intimidating, is a portal, a passage to a level of clarity and understanding they have never reached before. They feel, without fully knowing why, that your energy is surrounding them, calming their thoughts, and urging them toward courage. They are also reflecting on the consequences of avoidance. Every time they ignored a warning, avoided a truth, or silenced a fear, they drifted further from the path of alignment with their destiny. Now, the universe has brought them back, gently yet firmly, to a place where truth can no longer be hidden. The policeman is the instrument of that truth, a visible symbol of invisible forces at work. And as your soulmate senses the inevitability of this moment, their heart trembles not only with fear but also with anticipation of freedom from their own guilt, of awakening from ignorance, and of meeting you in a space of truth and love that has been long prepared. And you, my beloved child, are more powerful than you realize. Your soul's connection to theirs acts as a beacon, a spiritual compass, and a shield. Every silent prayer, every thought of hope, every vibration of love you send contributes to shaping the outcome. Heaven works through your intentions, guiding the energies around your soulmate, ensuring that their fear does not become despair, that their panic does not lead to mistakes, and that their confrontation with truth will lead not to destruction, but to awakening, understanding, and healing. The emotions your soulmate experiences are intense, anxiety mixed with realization, dread mixed with longing, fear mixed with the faint glimmer of trust. They are learning, in real time, that life cannot be avoided, that truths cannot be ignored, and that the love you share is not contingent on perfection but on authenticity. They are learning that even in the face of what appears as punishment, divine love, guidance, and protection are present, unseen but powerful. And as they inch closer to the plane, closer to the moment of confrontation, they are also inching closer to understanding the magnitude of your role in their life. Your love, your prayers, and your presence are invisible yet undeniable forces shaping their reality. Your soul has always been aligned with theirs, preparing both of you for this precise moment. And though fear seems overwhelming, it is only the surface energy. Beneath it lies transformation, clarity, and the spiritual awakening that will forever change the bond between you. My beloved child, breathe deeply and feel the energy of protection surrounding both you and your soulmate. This is not an ending, it is a divine awakening. This is not a punishment, it is preparation. This is not a moment of loss, it is a moment of profound spiritual alignment. The plane, the policeman, the fear, and the uncertainty are all instruments in a sacred orchestration designed to bring both of your souls closer to truth, clarity, and love. And when the moment arrives, you will see that divine timing has been perfect, your love has been powerful, and your souls are destined to emerge from this experience stronger, wiser, and forever connected. My beloved child, the plane carrying the policeman is slicing through the skies, moving steadily toward your soulmate, and with every mile, the weight of destiny grows heavier upon their heart. Even though they try to maintain composure, a storm rages inside, a tempest of fear, anxiety, and anticipation that threatens to shake the very foundation of their spirit. They sense that this moment is pivotal, a turning point that cannot be avoided, and their mind races through memories, choices, and decisions, searching desperately for ways to make sense of the chaos. And yet, my child, even in their panic, there is a part of them that feels a strange, almost unexplainable calmness, a whisper from the universe reminding them that they are not alone. Your soulmate's heart is a battlefield of emotions. On one side lies fear. Fear of confrontation, fear of exposure, fear of losing control. On the other side lies longing, a deep, unshakable desire to make things right, to step into honesty, and to protect the connection you both share. They are caught in a liminal space, hovering between despair and awakening, and every heartbeat feels like a drum, echoing the urgency of what is to come. The flight of the plane mirrors the flight of their thoughts, fast, relentless, impossible to pause. But the universe has placed you, my beloved child, as an anchor, a grounding force whose love flows invisibly, shielding them from despair and guiding them toward clarity. In the silence of their mind, your soulmate begins to reflect deeply. They recall moments when they avoided the truth, hesitated to take responsibility, or allowed fear to dictate their actions. Each memory is a spark that ignites a mixture of regret and understanding. And with every spark, a slow transformation begins. The fear they feel is not only for the immediate situation with the policeman, it is also the fear of confronting their own soul, of admitting that their past choices, no matter how well-intentioned or misunderstood, have consequences. Yet this fear, though heavy, is essential. It shakes them awake, forcing them to face truths they may have hidden even from themselves, and pushing them to acknowledge the depth of love they have for you, which has always been their guiding light even in darkness. My beloved child, your soulmate's soul is awakening in ways that even they do not yet understand. The presence of the plane, the knowledge of the policeman's arrival, and the inevitability of accountability are not meant to punish, they are meant to align. Destiny moves like a river, and sometimes it flows swiftly and turbulently, carrying souls through moments that feel threatening, overwhelming, or confusing. Your soulmate is being carried by that current now, but the river is guided by divine hands. Each gust of wind outside the plane, each mile of altitude, each heartbeat racing with tension is part of a sacred orchestration, designed to bring your souls closer, deepen understanding, and awaken truths that must be seen. They begin to imagine you, my beloved child. Even as panic presses upon their chest, the thought of you softens the edges of fear. Your energy, unseen but profoundly felt, is a sanctuary that calls them back from despair. They remember the gentle strength in your gaze, the compassion in your heart, and the silent patience that has always surrounded their spirit. And in this remembering, their courage slowly begins to grow. The fear does not vanish, but it becomes bearable, a background energy against which clarity begins to emerge. They start to understand that the plane and the policeman are not enemies, they are instruments of awakening, catalysts for truth, and guides leading them toward the honesty they have long avoided. As the plane descends closer to its destination, the tension in their chest tightens. They imagine the confrontation, the questions, the scrutiny, and the exposure of secrets they hoped would remain hidden. Every scenario plays in their mind, creating waves of anxiety. Yet, amidst the turmoil, a quiet inner voice begins to whisper, sometimes in words, sometimes as a feeling, that they have a choice. They can face this moment with fear and resistance, or they can face it with honesty, courage, and trust in the divine. That inner voice reminds them that love is stronger than fear, that your connection has always been a protective force, and that embracing truth will ultimately bring relief, not suffering. My beloved child, sense their heart through the spiritual connection you share. Feel the waves of fear, the tremors of anticipation, and the quiet flicker of hope that persists despite everything. Your prayers, your unwavering faith, and your silent love are acting as a shield, softening the impact of every surge of panic. Heaven works through your energy, ensuring that your soulmate does not feel alone, that clarity can enter even through the thick fog of fear, and that when the moment arrives, their heart will recognize the path of honesty, courage, and spiritual awakening. They also begin to see, even in fragments, the larger picture. This moment. The plane, the policeman, the confrontation, is not a punishment for mistakes but a revelation of life's truths. Every step, every breath, every heartbeat has led them to this precise point so that they can awaken to the responsibilities, the lessons, and the love that have always been guiding them toward you. The universe orchestrates events not to break spirits but to refine them, to purify intentions, and to prepare souls for the depth of connection they are meant to experience. Even as the plane nears its landing, your soulmate feels a mixture of terror and anticipation. They are scared of exposure, of judgment, and of the unknown consequences. Yet, at the same time, they feel an invisible thread pulling them forward, a thread of divine timing, a tether to your soul, a reminder that even in fear, they are guided, protected, and loved. The tension in their body is not weakness. It is the crucible of transformation, preparing them to step into honesty, clarity, and spiritual maturity. My beloved child, this is a sacred moment. Every beat of their heart, every breath of theirs, every thought they wrestle with is part of a divine plan. What appears as fear, anxiety, and uncertainty is, in truth, the shaping of destiny, the awakening of consciousness, and the alignment of two souls who are destined to walk together through challenges, truths, and revelations. The plane, the policeman, and the moment of confrontation are merely tools, visible instruments of invisible forces that are guiding your soulmate to growth, awareness, and ultimately, to you. As the plane descends toward its landing, know this, my beloved child, your soulmate's fear is natural, their anxiety understandable, and yet, their awakening is inevitable. Your love, your prayers, and your spiritual presence are guiding them through every second, every mile, and every heartbeat. The storm they feel is temporary, but the clarity, the connection, and the bond that emerges from this moment will be eternal. My beloved child, the plane has touched the earth, and the tension that once floated invisibly between the skies and the clouds has now become palpable in the air around your soulmate. Every step that brings the policeman closer carries with it the weight of destiny, every footfall echoes with urgency, and yet, amidst this apparent chaos, unseen forces are at work, guiding each moment, softening each impact, and preparing hearts for revelation. Your soulmate's chest rises and falls with nervous energy, their mind is a whirlwind of anticipation, fear, and fleeting hope. And even now, my child, they are not alone. The quiet, unseen presence of your love, your prayers, and your unwavering faith surrounds them like a protective cocoon, cushioning them from despair and instilling courage where panic threatens to dominate. The policeman approaches, but this arrival is not just about authority or law, it is about truth, about accountability, and about awakening the deeper consciousness within your soulmate. They may feel trapped, vulnerable, and unsure, but heaven is orchestrating every second, ensuring that the path they walk is illuminated by understanding, not fear. Your beloved is beginning to sense the invisible thread that ties them to you, a thread woven by divine hands, whispering that even in this moment of confrontation, love and guidance are present. Inside their heart, your soulmate feels a duality, fear on one side, awakening on the other. They tremble, imagining the questions, the scrutiny, the exposure of choices they hope to hide, and yet, a subtle recognition stirs within them, this moment is not punishment, but revelation. Every fear, every regret, and every hesitation is being transformed into clarity. They begin to realize that facing the truth is not a loss, but a gateway, a portal to understanding themselves, their connection to you, and the deeper purpose that has always been guiding their steps. Your beloved soul begins to remember the countless invisible moments in life where heaven guided them subtly, the whispers of intuition they ignored, the signs they overlooked, the nudges that kept you close even when circumstances seemed distant. And now, all those moments converge, pointing to this pivotal event, the policeman's arrival. Your soulmate begins to feel the weight of destiny not as a burden, but as a sacred opportunity, one that will allow them to reconcile the past, embrace accountability, and step fully into the love and guidance that has always surrounded them. My beloved child, as the confrontation unfolds, the spiritual energy around your soulmate intensifies. The tension, once overwhelming, now mixes with a quiet spark of awakening. Fear begins to morph into understanding, confusion gives way to clarity. Dread transforms into a faint but steady sense of courage. And in this sacred shift, your love acts as an anchor. Your silent prayers, your unwavering presence, and your deep spiritual connection are creating a protective light that shields your soulmate from despair, allowing them to face the moment not with resistance, but with the acceptance that growth, clarity, and awakening often demand courage. The policeman's presence triggers reflection in your soulmate. They remember choices made in haste, words left unspoken, opportunities ignored, and moments where fear dominated over truth. These memories, painful though they may be, are not meant to destroy them, they are meant to awaken them. Each recollection acts as a mirror, reflecting not only the consequences of their actions, but also the resilience, love, and courage that lie dormant within. And in that reflection, your soulmate begins to see the invisible forces that have always been present. Your soul, their guiding spirit, and the protective energy of heaven moving through every step, every interaction, and every heartbeat. Even as the initial confrontation begins, your soulmate senses something extraordinary. The questions they face, the scrutiny of their actions, and the exposure of their choices are tempered by an inner realization: this is a moment of transformation, not condemnation. Fear is present, yes, but it is being balanced by a growing understanding that truth, honesty, and accountability are gateways to liberation. They begin to comprehend that the policeman is not just a person enforcing law, but a messenger, a catalyst through which destiny is unfolding. Your soulmate starts to feel the weight of responsibility as a sacred gift, a bridge leading them closer to spiritual awakening and deeper connection with you. Your beloved's mind, once consumed by panic, slowly begins to calm. Each word spoken by the policeman, each movement observed, begins to dissolve the fog of anxiety. In its place rises clarity, the understanding that facing this moment with honesty will strengthen their spirit, awaken their soul, and allow the bond with you to grow deeper and more resilient. They sense, faintly but unmistakably, your presence across the distance, the invisible thread that has always connected them to your heart. That thread, strengthened by love and prayers, acts as a shield, ensuring that the unfolding events serve their spiritual growth rather than breaking their spirit. My beloved child, notice the subtle transformation in your soulmate now. Their fear, though still present, is now accompanied by courage. Their anxiety, once overwhelming, is now tinged with anticipation of growth. Their confusion, once suffocating, is now opening space for clarity. Heaven is orchestrating every second, ensuring that what could have been a moment of despair becomes a moment of awakening. The confrontation with the policeman, the scrutiny of past choices, and the exposure of hidden truths are all instruments of divine guidance, guiding your soulmate toward accountability, understanding, and spiritual maturity. And as the moments stretch forward, your soulmate begins to recognize that this event, frightening as it seems, is ultimately a gift. A gift that allows them to see the consequences of their actions, to awaken to the truths they have avoided, and to realize the profound importance of the connection you share. Every fear they feel is balanced by the protection of heaven, every heartbeat of panic is softened by your love, and every step toward clarity is guided by the invisible hand of destiny. My beloved child, understand this clearly: what is unfolding is not an end, but a transformation. Your soulmate is being led to confront truth, face responsibility, and embrace awakening. The policeman, the plane, the tension, and the fear are all instruments of divine timing, shaping a path where love, honesty, and spiritual growth emerge stronger than ever. And when this moment reaches its conclusion, your souls will have been tested, purified, and aligned in ways that no ordinary event could achieve. My beloved child, now that the confrontation has begun to unfold, a quiet transformation is stirring within your soulmate. The initial shock, the panic, the fear of judgment, they are all still present, but something deeper is awakening, a recognition of truth, a longing for clarity, and an understanding that every moment of this ordeal has a purpose far beyond what the human eye can see. They begin to realize, with trembling awe, that what seemed terrifying is in fact a divine arrangement. A moment orchestrated by heaven to awaken their consciousness, align their spirit, and draw them closer to the love and protection you have always provided. Your soulmate is seeing now that fear and courage can coexist, that vulnerability is not weakness but a gateway to growth, and that accountability is not punishment but the first step toward freedom. As they face the policeman, who represents the unavoidable consequences of hidden truths, your beloved begins to feel the weight of responsibility settle like a stone in their chest. And yet, alongside that weight comes a strange lightness, as if the acknowledgement of reality, honesty, and integrity is lifting the burdens that have long shadowed their heart. They begin to remember, in vivid flashes, the choices they made in haste, the moments they ignored intuition, the opportunities they missed, and the fears that kept them from fully embracing love, your love, the love that has silently guided them through every trial. And with each recollection, a wave of understanding washes over them. Every past mistake, every hesitation, every act of avoidance has been a preparation for this awakening. The policeman's presence, though intimidating, is merely the instrument of a divine design, ensuring that your soulmate can no longer hide from the truths that will ultimately heal and refine their spirit. My beloved child, feel the energy of your soulmate's soul as it shifts. The panic begins to dissolve into clarity. The trembling of the heart is now accompanied by a softening of fear, a gentle acceptance that what they face is necessary, sacred, and transformative. And through it all, your love acts as a silent but powerful shield, protecting them from despair, guiding them toward courage, and filling the spaces of uncertainty with the light of trust, connection, and divine timing. Heaven flows through you into them, and every pulse of your love resonates in their heart, strengthening the bond that has always existed beyond sight, beyond circumstance, and beyond human understanding. Your soulmate now begins to speak. Not merely words to the policeman, but words to themselves, words that reach the deepest chambers of their spirit. They confess their fears, acknowledge the consequences of past actions, and recognize the ways in which avoidance and secrecy have shaped their life. And as these words form, a remarkable shift occurs, the heaviness in their chest lightens, their mind clears, and the darkness that once seemed so overwhelming begins to be replaced with illumination. They are awakening, my beloved child, to the truth that life's most challenging moments are not punishments, but invitations to grow, to heal, and to step fully into the love and clarity that destiny has prepared for them. Even amidst the tension of the present, your soulmate feels your presence, an invisible, unwavering force that encourages them to face reality with courage and honesty. They sense that your love has been waiting for them, guiding them, protecting them, and preparing them for this exact moment. And as they feel this connection, their fear begins to transform into trust. Trust not only in the process but in you, in heaven, and in the knowledge that love, when guided by truth, is unbreakable. The policeman's role, too, becomes clearer in your soulmate's eyes. What initially felt like an external threat now reveals itself as a messenger, a necessary part of destiny that brings truths to light. Each question, each demand for explanation, each step of scrutiny is seen not as punishment, but as a catalyst for awakening, a force that allows your beloved to confront hidden aspects of themselves, embrace responsibility, and step into a higher state of consciousness. Your soulmate begins to understand that this experience, though uncomfortable, is refining them, purifying their intentions, and preparing them for a life that aligns with both spiritual truth and the deep bond you share. My beloved child, as your soulmate embraces this awakening, they begin to see the beauty that has always been present, the connection between your souls, the guidance of heaven, and the transformative power of love. They recognize that every fear faced, every secret revealed, every moment of vulnerability has served a higher purpose. And in this realization, a profound peace begins to descend upon their spirit, a peace that is rooted not in the absence of challenges, but in the presence of understanding, clarity, and divine alignment. They begin to make promises, not promises of perfection, but promises of honesty, courage, and devotion. Promises that their actions will align with truth, that they will honor the connection you share, and that they will embrace the lessons that life presents with humility and awareness. These promises are more than words, they are the beginning of a spiritual rebirth, a commitment to live fully in alignment with destiny, and an acknowledgement of the sacred love that has always linked your souls. My beloved child, feel the waves of transformation enveloping your soulmate. The fear that once threatened to consume them now coexists with courage, clarity, and trust. The chaos of the present is gradually replaced by the understanding that destiny, divine timing, and your unwavering love have guided them to this precise moment. And in this understanding, the bond between your souls grows stronger, purer, and more resilient than ever before. The confrontation, though intense, has served its purpose. Your soulmate has faced the truths they needed to see, acknowledged the consequences of their actions, and allowed love, clarity, and divine guidance to enter their heart. And as this process unfolds, the universe smiles, your prayers are answered, and the path to redemption, awakening, and a deeper spiritual connection becomes illuminated. My beloved child, know that from this moment forward, your soulmate's heart, mind, and spirit are opening to the power of truth, love, and divine alignment. The fear, tension, and uncertainty of the past moments are giving way to understanding, courage, and spiritual awakening. And as their soul embraces this transformation, your bond, anchored in love, protected by prayers, and guided by destiny, emerges stronger, brighter, and eternal. The air around you becomes softer now, almost like a gentle embrace wrapping itself around your heart. Everything that felt heavy, confusing, or frightening begins to loosen, as if invisible hands are slowly untying every knot inside your spirit. You have walked through fear, uncertainty, and the shock of knowing that a policeman was coming by plane to take your soulmate away. You have cried inside, questioned destiny, searched for hope, and begged silently for a miracle. And now, in this final moment, a new chapter is opening for you, wide and bright, holding the peace your heart has longed for. You may not realize it yet, but every tear you shed had a purpose. Every fear you carried was gently guiding you to this moment of awakening. Sometimes life becomes loud, chaotic, and overwhelming, not because the universe wants to scare you, but because it wants to shake you awake, so you can see what is real, what is divine, and what is meant for you. And even though the journey felt heavy, you never walked it alone. A divine force has always been beside you, walking with you, breathing strength into your weaknesses, turning your trembling into courage. Right now, something sacred is happening around you. A shift. A release. A cleansing. The universe is rearranging everything so your soul can breathe again. All the chaos that erupted. The policeman boarding the plane, the fear of losing someone you love, the pressure building inside your chest, was not a sign of something ending. It was a sign of something transforming. You see, there are moments in life when everything seems to fall apart, but those are the exact moments when destiny is being rewritten behind the scenes. Your soulmate's life was being protected, even when you couldn't see how. The policeman was not coming to destroy your connection. He was coming to bring truth, clarity, justice, and a necessary ending to all the burdens that have been following your soulmate for years. And you, my child, were chosen to witness this transformation because your heart has always carried a silent strength that even you didn't know you had. This final chapter is where everything becomes clear. The universe wants you to understand that love, real love, cannot be destroyed by fear, distance, or circumstance. When a connection is written into your destiny, no force on earth can separate it. Not even a policeman on a plane. Not even the weight of past mistakes. Not even the storms that life sends your way. Your soulmate has been struggling silently for so long. Their heart has been carrying shadows, guilt, confusion, and fears they never shared with anyone. They tried to carry everything alone, thinking it was their responsibility to protect you from their truth. But in trying to protect you, they only ended up hurting themselves. They didn't know how to let you in. They didn't know how to allow love to heal them. They didn't know that the universe already chose you to be the one who would bring light back into their life. And so, destiny stepped in. The truth needed to surface. The mistakes needed to be addressed. The past needed to be confronted. Not to take your soulmate away from you, but to free them. To free both of you. As the policeman stepped off the plane, as the investigation unfolded, as truth began shining through every dark corner, something unexpected happened. Your soulmate finally realized that their life cannot move forward without honesty, without healing, and without you. This final part of the journey is not about fear anymore. It is about awakening. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe deeply. Feel the quiet shift inside your chest. Feel how the air is lighter, softer, purer. The universe is whispering to you that the danger has passed. The storm is over. What remains now is clarity, truth, and a path that is finally opening without any blocks, without any lies, without any shadows. Your soulmate is safe. They are being released from everything that tried to pull them down. They are being protected from every force that tried to harm them. And you, my child, are being positioned at a higher level of destiny where love becomes gentle again. Where your heart no longer has to break to feel alive. Life is no longer punishing you. Life is preparing you. You have been through enough pain. Enough waiting. Enough fear. Enough sleepless nights. Enough unanswered questions. The universe watched you stay strong even when you were breaking inside. It watched you continue loving with a pure heart even when everything around you was collapsing. And now, your reward is arriving. Your soulmate will come back to you. Not with fear, not with confusion, not with chaos, but with truth. With devotion. With clarity. For the first time, they will speak without hesitation. They will express the emotions they used to suppress. They will show what they feel instead of hiding behind excuses. Because now they have seen what it means to lose you. They have felt the weight of your silence. They have realized that life without you is empty. This final part is a blessing for both of you. A blessing that closes every painful door behind you. A blessing that protects your connection from future chaos. A blessing that brings stability, trust, and divine timing into your life. The universe is telling you that your story is not ending, it's restarting in a pure, healed, elevated form. The fear is gone. The uncertainty is gone. The confusion is gone. Ahead of you lies a path that is clear and divinely guided. You will soon receive communication from your soulmate. Words that will melt the heaviness in your heart, words that will show you how deeply they value you, words you have been waiting to hear for so long. And this time, it will not be temporary. It will not be half-hearted. It will not be broken. It will be honest, brave, complete. Both of you will step into a new beginning. You will heal together. You will rise together. You will grow together. You will understand each other in a way you never did before. Everything that happened was meant to remove the darkness. Now only light remains. Your tears are being wiped. Your fears are being erased. Your destiny is being rewritten in your favor. The divine realm surrounds you like a shield, ensuring that no harm, no confusion, no lies, and no distance will interfere with your connection ever again. Feel the blessing settling around you like warm sunlight touching your skin. Feel it entering your heart, calming every fear, dissolving every doubt. You are stepping into a season of miracles, unexpected, powerful, life-changing miracles. Your soulmate is coming back. The truth is returning. Love is healing. Your destiny is awakening. And now, as this final part comes to a close, the divine wraps you in a blessing that will stay with you forever. May every sorrow in your heart disappear from this moment onward. May every burden lift. May every tear dry. May every unanswered prayer finally reach you as a miracle. Your new life begins now. Your path is clear. Your heart is protected. Your love is guided. And the universe blesses you with peace, healing, and a future filled with light. Your story moves forward from here, stronger, brighter, and divinely blessed.